It's that time of the season, so.
I know. Like, I'm part of it. I like participating.
Yeah, same here. Listen, I'm not mad at you. It's like the perfect season. Pumpkin spice, pumpkins out. I think I just drove past a pumpkin patch earlier when I was on my way to like a run or whatever.
So. Had some pumpkin pie.
No. Sweet potato for me.
Oh, okay. All right.
3, 2, 1. Boom, 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 boom. Yo, what's up, everybody? This is the Highly Advised Podcast. This is your boy, Big Cozy, Too Cozy, a.k.a. The Bad Guy, a.k.a. El Capitan, a.k.a. Mr. 10 Bricks a Week. Let's spin with rock. We got a special guest today. Shouts out to Miss Kathleen. You know, let the people know who you are. But before that you do, hey, shouts out to Nigel. Shouts out to Span.
Yo.
What's up, guys?
Yo, so it's Kathleen, aka Soklene, and I have a podcast. So check it out. It's called Soklene Podcast. And just follow it on the gram. I'm available on Apple, Google Podcasts, Spotify. I'm trying to get on Amazon. Have you heard about that, y'all?
Yes. Amazon has podcasts now. I heard about that.
Yeah.
Oh, word.
They're gonna need somebody.
Yo, hit us up if you need the deal. Yo.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You trying to send out somebody? Hit me up, man.
Yeah.
What's going on with you, Spence?
Man, not much. Been taking it easy. Same old for the week. Enjoying the craze of Kanye's tweets for the most part for the week. So I can't call it. Yeah, I've really been chilling, listening to music, reading all types of shit like that. That's about it. How about yourselves?
Man, I can't complain. It's another week. We here. We ready to get the shit done. Shouts out to the Steelers. They're playing right now. Hopefully they beat the Broncos. They beat everybody they play this season, including the Redskins. At some point, they will beat the Redskins. So, shouts out to them.
Here we go.
Hey, that's what it is. I had to let the Redskins fan in the chat know.
Oh, we know now.
Wow.
What you mean loud?
How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good, man. I just made a couple plays, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just saying we're getting richer, man. We're getting more happier, more richer, more success to our life. More life, exactly. You know?
Oh, yo.
I'm getting hyped now.
Yeah, congratulations to Drake also for I think Jaded just sold like 100 million or some shit like that.
Ooh, that's what's up.
Yeah, I think they said it's like his 126th song to reach 100 million sold. So
is that 126 song?
Yeah, that sold over 100 million. Sounds crazy.
Killing the game.
Shouts out to the sixth god, I guess.
Yeah, the young MG, young MJ.
Successful.
That was my shit back in the day. Actually,
it was.
What?
Successful because I remember listening to that mixtape back in the day.
Did you hear Lil B's version of that called "I Just Want to Be Bass"?
No. Are you serious? He put out some shit like that?
Beautiful vocals, man. Like you have to listen to it.
I'm not.
Well, I was acting like he wasn't listening to it too, singing along. Like, come on.
I don't want to listen to that.
You were listening to that, singing along in the car.
Oh, nah, come on, stop.
It's not a lie.
Oh, bro. So Kathleen, have you ever heard of Lil B, the bass god, as Nigel likes to praise him as?
Dang,
that's his
I'm
name.
so out of the loop. No, not gonna lie, I didn't.
Nigel, you want to fill her in?
Long story short, Lil B is a guy from California. He makes music. The Bay Area. A lot of people don't necessarily like him, but he puts out curses, so it's probably good that you don't speak ill on him or else he will curse your podcast. And it's shown that his curses actually work to a certain degree.
Yo, so I don't know what's gonna happen when we put out that one conversation then.
He's gonna curse you.
Yeah.
He's not gonna curse the podcast as a whole, just specifically you.
Yeah, fuck out of here, man. Y'all gotta take the bullet with me, man.
Hey, man, look, I don't speak ill on Lil B. I fuck with him. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
Hey, yo, random question. Did you guys know that, and I'm not sure if you know who Waka Flocka is, right, Kathleen?
Yeah.
Do y'all know he put out like a Salute Me or Shoot Me 7 this year?
I heard about it, and I did not listen to it at all.
It's actually good.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, it's just like...
What a title for him to keep carrying on with, right?
7.
Yeah.
He's made 7 of those things.
Yo, it sounds like old Flocka on the low. So
I think Lao should get me to do a reaction video because I never like heard of them. Remember you tried to get me to do that? I was like, ooh.
Yeah. Did you listen to those songs or no?
I feel like I do. I listen to anything and everything, but I feel like because I don't know them like that, it'd be like a raw reaction.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I could find you some stuff that'll get some type of reaction out of you. Yeah.
True. It has to be something I haven't listened to.
Yeah, I could find.
I got tons of shit.
It's like, don't worry. Like, we got all the material in the world. Like,
I can find you some stuff, and you'll probably find entertaining, or you might be like, it's not for me. But it'll get a reaction though.
You think whatever Lau got for you, I got some shit that's probably even worse than that, yo.
I like the first kind of reaction, like, whoa, wait, hold up, wait a minute, like kind of thing when I'm like watching it. Because that happens to me, like, I don't take it seriously. I'm just like, whatever, I'll watch it. And then I watch it and I'm like, oh, wait, was I affected? Did my soul just leave my body? I think so.
If, depending on what the hell he plays, definitely if it's Lil B, you might really sit there like, yo, what did I just experience?
Okay, I'm about it then.
Definitely gonna fuck with it, but let's kind of get into some of the stuff now that we here.
The world reacted to Ruth Bader Ginsburg passing away, unfortunately.
Yeah, man, that shit was sad. That shit is sad. Like, my prayers go to her family. She was like 95 though, right?
87.
87. Mm-hmm. Oh damn, I gave her a lot of extra years, but she made it far though.
Yeah, she made a difference in the world. You know, she voted on a few things like progressively and for women's rights and whatnot. And I think, don't quote me, she voted on some abortion laws and whatnot. And you know, like it's sad that we have to see, you know, somebody like that go, because especially the direction we're moving in life, where we want all the available rights that we can get, you know, that we have to see somebody pass away like that.
Yes, sir. R.I.P.
R.I.P. I did see a meme about the stuff that she contributed to. Like, if it wasn't for her, here we go. The right to sign a mortgage without a man wouldn't be available. The right to have a bank account without a male cosigner, and the right to have a job without being discriminated based on gender.
Wow.
Oh,
I didn't know that until today.
That's what I'm saying. She's standing up for all these women, and like now, hopefully, the next person that gets in there, like which would be appointed by the current president, would also stand up for women's rights the same way she did. So, even more of a reason to go out and vote.
I've seen that the front runner is also a woman. I'm not familiar with this lady's background, but I see that it's going to be another woman.
That's good. I know there's a little bit of blowback from it right now, from my understanding, just because when the same thing happened when Obama was in his last term, and I think it happened in February of his election year. And long story short, he wasn't allowed to appoint someone. So I know there's a lot of backlash currently right now with him Trump. Well, the current president actually appointing someone so quickly, definitely with her death being Friday. And, like, we're just in the beginning of the week at this point. So I've seen that, but I know Ted Cruz had some things to say, but of course you need to fact check everything that you hear on the news, right. Of course. So, but hopefully whoever does get appointed, they help carry her legacy on, because I'm not even gonna lie to you. Until you said that, Kathleen, and maybe it's my ignorance of being a man, but never even thought that you had to have a man come with you to open a bank account. Mm-hmm. Like, that sounds crazy.
Yeah, it's wild. And supposedly he's saying that he wants somebody in that seat by next week. Now, I doubt he'll be able to do that. That's super fast. But, you know,
if he got a candidate already, it's possible, man.
I don't know.
It's possible. I mean, we'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens. I mean, hopefully the right decision gets made, similar to like with everything going on with like Breonna Taylor. I know her family was able to get, they were awarded like $12 million, I believe.
Yeah, it was like a settlement of $12 million that she was able to get from the city.
Yeah, which is huge. But I think what her family asked for, actually, what they requested was that they actually go through and, like, I guess revitalize the whole system, so to prevent errors like this happening again, which is a huge thing. That was like one of the amendments I think they had to like the whole settlement. So shout outs to her family for that. How'd y'all feel when y'all heard that news actually?
It was a good step in the right direction. Of course, a lot of people are still calling for the police officers to be brought to justice and
Absolutely.
Have that whole thing taken care of with them. No matter what your stance is, the fact that the family is getting something out of this whole situation is good. Especially 12 million. I mean, that's life-changing money for a lot of people.
Yeah. Hopefully they just know. Hopefully, the one thing I would definitely say is for them, pay the taxes. After you pay the taxes, get an accountant, get two accountants, and have two accountants. Have one accountant watching the other accountant. So
I like that. Backup plan of a backup plan of a backup plan.
Exactly. Got to watch who's watching the watchers, man.
Make sure you buy that lamb truck, and then
Yo, I'm not even going to go there with you.
Get the Lamborghini truck, and get the same house that Tony Montana died in, and make sure you get all that.
You remember the Dave Chappelle skit where they got reparations?
Hide the money, y'all. There's poor people around.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if y'all remember that part of it, but that's what she was saying. It was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah.
That's exactly how I would be acting if he got the 12. There's poor people around here, man. I can't be hanging out here no more, man.
I mean, you know how Big Cozy do, man. Come on. Yeah.
What would you do with reparations, Kathleen?
So I would love to live in the city, believe it or not, but I'm gonna move to New York.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
What part of New York?
Manhattan. I'm like bougie AF.
I mean, yeah, it's downtown Manhattan is definitely nice too. So Manhattan would be a nice spot to live in. And on top of it, you'd be like right there. It definitely be like near 42nd Street.
Oh, that's a good spot. That's a financial district.
Yeah, them. My mans used to live in one of the districts downtown. I forget the name of it. It was like the meatpacking district. Pause.
Oh, Soho. I don't know. Let me stop pretending like I know New York.
Nah, like all the way downtown. It's like near 12th Street and shit like that, I think. It's like the meatpacking district.
If you were to move up there, you have a whole bunch of time to get to know like what's going on and whatever, you know what I mean? You probably can never know the whole city. Like New York is so like vast, you know what I mean?
True. I mean, but I feel the same way about Philly though, because I did go to the Four Seasons yesterday. I just had to bring that out. Right. My bad.
Yeah, how was it?
Gosh, it was bougie AF. Like but I was surprised that like everybody was so nice because I was acting kind of ratchet, but I wasn't drunk or anything. It was just that I was just living my best life, being a little crazy, because I'm a Sagittarius.
Yep.
And
we are kind of crazy.
What?
Yes.
What does that even mean? Like being a Sagittarius? I'm not a zodiac guy like like Nigel is or whatever.
He is.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I'm the fire to the flame.
The fire to the flame.
Yes.
What kind of flame is the question?
The brightest flame.
The brightest flame.
I just made that up now.
like life of the party type shit?
Life of the party, social butterfly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
As she described it on her podcast last week, she said, I have chill energy and she has crackhead energy.
Yes. I mean, the thing is, it's crazy because a male Sagittarius and a woman Sagittarius both they're the same sign but have different energies.
Okay.
And I experienced that, especially with Nigel. Like, even though we're born the same zodiac.
Oh, you a Sagittarius, Nigel?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh,
you
shit.
know that?
Nah, y'all definitely don't have crackhead energy.
Nah.
You don't. I can't speak for Kathleen. It seemed like she got it, though.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
Caffeine energy. That's okay,
Sometimes when you getting to know people or whatever, you gotta mesh the energies and whatnot. Kind of like I'm assuming Maya Moore saw that when she was trying to help the man get out of prison that she helped out earlier in the week.
Yeah. I was actually going to ask you that. I was going to ask you, Kathleen, would you marry a guy that you helped get out of prison?
Ooh, like just some random question, and yes, I would.
Like, really?
Yes, because it's an energy. Like, they're so dangerous. They've been through it. I just don't want a regular dude.
Oh, she want
a bad boy, a hood.
Yeah.
What's
my type. I'm not kidding. I think I have multiple types, but like a dude coming out of prison is definitely my type.
So yeah.
What makes so? Hold on, we're not just gonna skip over this.
Okay.
So, what is the type that you feel as though? What makes that type you exactly?
Like be attracted to that type.
Yeah.
So I was talking about this yesterday. Like I have a certain like fun energy, and I like being around a dude that has that fun energy. But usually when a dude, no offense, has that energy, he just like is irresponsible. He can't pay his bills. He's all over the place. He's crazy. Like might be like the type to be in jail. But I'm like, dang, I wish that like I could vibe with that energy. But you in jail, like it's hard because I'm like the opposite. Like I'm fun, but I'm just not like a liability like that, you know? But I crave that energy. So if I'm with a boring dude, I'm like, ugh, I wish you like had a little spice.
Hey, you wish he just pulled his gun out or something.
Yeah.
You know
what do you say, Lau?
I said she just like somebody from the hood. She like, you know, somebody pulled a gun out and
something slight.
Yeah.
So if you taking that, right? If that's the type that you like, so you taking that charge for him though? That's the question. You gonna be a ride or die? Or
yes.
You just ride and say, get me out of the car?
Ride or die for the dude. I will get like a lawyer because I watched this movie and I could relate. So Nicole Kidman was in love with the dude in jail, and she believed that he was innocent. And she was like outside of the prison, not even visiting him without like people. But when she was outside, she was like, I feel his vibrations. That would be me. I'm like,
oh my God.
Hey,
what the?
Shout out to Kathleen, yo. I love the honesty.
I mean, that's the Sag in me.
I'm just saying, man, you know, she like hood dudes. So for all the listeners out there, especially the one from the hood, you know, that like to spin the block, there you go, man. There's your queen right there.
She'll sell a brick for you, and she'll take the charge for you. So.
Take the charge. She'll meet you in the pen. You know what I mean? She got the dope on her. She'll make sure that you taken care of inside the pen, so this way you can keep up.
Please,
so
please tell me you listen to what was that song? What's the song by City Girls?
I don't know what it is, but essentially the moral of the story of the song is the moral. I thought you were talking about broke niggas don't get no pussy. I thought you were talking about that song.
Oh nah, that's a whole. We talking about hood niggas, not about. She not talking about. Yo, would you date a guy that's broke? If he's coming straight out of jail, he might not have no money though.
He probably have no money, but I would.
You're gonna make it work. You're like, hey, we're gonna make this work.
It's crazy because they have an energy like broke dudes got an energy.
Crackhead energy, hood nigga energy.
And I'd rather have that energy than the dude have money because I got my own money.
Hey, I mean that's fair enough.
Yo, she might be.
They use me. I don't care. Like,
you hear that? You hear that, Kings? You hear that, Kings?
I mean, it is what it is. I don't care though. I know it's happening, but whatever.
Yeah. Yo, I'm telling you, Kings. She's speaking the gospel to you right now. You know, you found your queen. She's letting y'all know. So you gotta come at her correct because she got the flame. She got the fire.
Hey, I like that.
Yeah, just don't get too wild like Offset did. That's all.
Yeah.
Don't want you cutting ties about him getting divorced with Cardi B. How you feel about that? Well, Cardi B asking for a divorce from Offset.
I'm sad about it. It's not a surprise.
Really?
I think they didn't go in it with the right they didn't get together for the right reasons. Okay, so she does have that hoe energy. Let's
okay, hoe energy. We got a new energy in the mix.
I know exactly.
Hoe energy, crackhead energy. She got crackhead energy also. She got crackhead.
Yeah, she does have a crackhead energy. That's like my twin flame right there.
Okay.
Yes, that's my twin. So she has this crackhead energy, but she has to be aware of like who she attracts.
Right.
When you like have that kind of energy. And I feel like that's why Offset came into her life, because she attracted that. You know what I mean?
That flame.
That flame.
If she got crackhead energy, it only makes sense for a D-boy to bag her, right?
True, but as far as it working, like, dang, you just had too much baggage. You know what I mean?
But that's the type of dude you said you like, though. So,
okay, here we go. Okay, we have to get into it. All right.
Yeah.
Yes, she liked him. Okay, here I am like defending Cardi B. Wow. Okay, so yeah, she liked him, but it comes like with a price. You know what I mean? Like he's gonna cheat on her. Dang, it's hard. It's hard to be in love with that energy, and then also know like you're gonna get cheated on, blah blah blah. All this like crap is gonna happen.
Right.
But you said but even you just said like, oh, he can use me. I'm fine with that. So like, to some extent, huh?
I didn't think Cardi B used her.
Okay, I can see that.
He took her for granted.
I mean, but she also was. I don't even think he took her for granted. She was the one going around like a year ago talking about, oh, I could go get with someone else, but they might cheat on me also. So I'm gonna just stay with the nigga I love that cheats on me.
I mean, true, but I mean, also let's just like forget about that. I'm really sad about how Cardi B feels because like remember Nigel, we talked about this.
Yeah.
Artists don't talk about their relationships, but they express it in their lyrics and in their music and in their art.
Right.
And she did that multiple times. And like that song, Be Careful, like you could really hear her pain. And then remember her Saturday Night Live performance where she's like singing that and then she reveals that she's pregnant. Dang.
I mean, I think we will hear more about it down the line for sure. And like, not only that, like supposedly people thought that, he was having another baby on the side, which he came out and said, yeah, but she said it wasn't true. I guess, there was just a lot of shit going on. I'm sure there was a mistress here or there, that played a role somewhere. I mean, it is what it is. Let's be real, Yo,
you remember the time Offset got caught cheating and he was like,
God. Somebody hacked me.
Yeah, he was like, balls in my face.
Like,
I don't know who's had control of my phone.
Of course he would, though. That's not taking accountability.
Nah,
y'all should though.
Hey, look, I'm not like that. That's not.
No, I'm not saying you, but y'all talked about it before.
Oh yeah, I was supposed to. Here at the Highly Advised Podcast, we all take responsibility in all our ways.
We're all holy men.
Exactly.
I love it.
So we do not succumb to the science of Kathleen's flames, but we're holy men. Every Sunday, we do rightful things.
We at the pod and not at church.
Yes.
Every Sunday.
I go to church too, but you know what?
We at the pod and not the pew, man.
Yeah.
I like that.
I mean, I'm gonna tell you like this. In the words of Ghostface, I fuck fans. So,
Okay.
Hey man, we are holy men here.
Keep that
big cozy. Mr. 10 bricks a week. He don't condone none of that. On air, he don't condone none of that.
But the 10 bricks a week you condone, right? Got you.
Dang. You know what though? Did you guys see the live with Cardi B? She was like dead serious, like, oh, I didn't break up with him, even though I cry every time I see stuff on the media of him cheating on me. I broke up with him because I'm done with the arguing.
Yeah. I mean, and that's why I think the mistress came in.
Hold on. So she's not even upset about him cheating then?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
they're going to be back together then.
You know what, Smets? I'm glad you said that because that's what I thought. I was like, oh, look, it's kind of like breakup. Remember, celebrities, they're fucking weird. They live in a weird lifestyle, weird type of shit. So a divorce for them is a normal breakup, get back together for us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised, like, after this divorce goes down, you know what I mean? She called Offset come back, and, they do their thing, and boom, their daughter is having a sibling.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised beyond it. And on top of it, they celebrities. Like, once she's not going to be vindictive or she's not scorned because she took away, because initially she had asked for like child support and all this other stuff. And then she was just like, yo, you know what? More than likely, like they're going to get back together. It's just a hiccup in a relationship.
Right.
You saw what happened when she broke up with Offset before. He popped up at one of her concerts and was like, I'm sorry, take me back. Like,
I don't think this is happening this time though. Like, I'm pretty sure,
because we're in COVID, ain't no concerts.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I don't think that we're gonna see anything like that this time though. I think they're gonna be done for a bit.
Nah, like when you speak of Crackhead Energy, I think most people look at them like the entertainment Bobby and Whitney type of couple.
Yeah.
I don't think they're on that level. They have that energy, but Bobby and Whitney were like crackheads.
Like, yeah, like
Yo, you gotta chill. Oh yeah, they was burning. They was really burning the glass, smoking them glass joints or whatever. But nah, they got the energy. They just don't have the drugs. That's all.
Yeah, like Cardi B's healthy. She drinks like loose leaf tea. I mean, she advertised it on her Instagram. I said, "Ooh."
That's a check. That's what that is, man.
I mean, that's true.
Yeah, that's a check. I mean, but I'm curious to see what happens from this though, because I think with Cardi B, I think we'll be able to get a chance to see what this means for her music. If she puts out an album, which I doubt, because she's more of one of those artists where for her to come out, she needs to be able to perform, right? Because that's where that's really where her artistry really is in performance. So I don't see her putting out music as of right now, but I do think her artistry is going to be affected by it, whether it's her or someone in her team helping her, of just crafting that type of music that's like you said, you felt that emotional and Be Careful With Me, right?
I really did.
Imagine, and I'm not sure if you're familiar with the Khalees song, I Hate You So Much.
I don't remember.
I hate you so much right now. That song's a shit.
Yeah.
That album's actually pretty good.
Really?
Hey, why am I so brand new? But anyways, continue.
Yeah, we gotta hook you up. We gotta get you highly advised to some shit.
Yeah, I was about to say, she actually has a song called Young, Fresh, and New too. Like, it's kind of crazy that you said.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that song's a shit too.
Damn, you really a Khalees fan.
I like Khalees.
You be singing Kaya in the shower?
Kaya and Khalees are two different artists. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't even see how you can make that comparison. Because they both start with a K. Like, you know what I mean?
All right, so I don't know if you probably don't know who Kaya is, Kathleen, but Kaya, she had my neck, my back, my pussy, and my crack.
I love her.
Yeah, see, boom, there you go.
See, Sagittarius energy, man.
Well, do you know who Armani Ceasar is?
Maybe her song. Is it a dude or a chick?
It's a chick.
It's a chick.
She put out a new album recently called The LIZ.
Probably not. Dang.
She's
coming at me right now. I wish I knew.
No, it's after this, just put it on. Wash some dishes. Like listen to this shit and just get familiar.
She ain't gonna wash no dishes listening to that. You might try to break some weed down or something.
Oh, she's gonna be breaking down the weed for a new man. I forgot. You're right.
Oh yeah, in jail.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, as soon as her man come home, I got a pound and a 9 for you. Yeah. It's like it's time to hit the bricks, man.
What'd y'all think of her album?
Oh, it was cool. It was short. It's like 26 minutes or something like that. It was a good album. Only thing granted it's still early because it came out Friday. Only thing I didn't care for necessarily was I feel like with the only being 26 minutes, it's only so much music you can really talk, so much you could talk about in that amount of time. I just felt, because of that, I didn't really care for the amount of features that she had on there. So that was like my only downside. But the plus side to the features was like, oh, I get to hear some more Benny verses and more Conway verses and more West Side. So it's still all Griselda. They packaged it the same way they did every other Griselda artist. But the downside, the only thing I think when it's presenting a brand new artist to me, for me, when you present a brand new artist, I actually want to hear more of just them. So, but overall, she talks some fly shit. She's talking some shit where I think women gonna love it, but at the same time, as a guy, it's like something I could play. Like as if it's, and not saying she's at the same tier, but like similar to like Foxy Brown or someone like that, right? Who still talk that shit women want to hear, but it's cool and play it like and laid back where I can actually listen to it and put it in the whip. Like now, if I can meet a wife that wants to listen to that, okay, I won't be fucking fans.
I thought it was a good album. I liked the album. The only thing that my complaint was about the album was the skits, really, right? The only skit from there I liked was the one when they reference the Macho Man and Miss Elizabeth.
Okay.
But the other two skits, it came from a movie and it was talking about like, you know, a girl's poom poom and shit like that. And I'm kind of like, it's cool for like 10 seconds or whatever like that, but the whole skit was like 30 seconds, bro. And I was like, so I'm rolling down the street because I'm playing the album in my car, rolling down the street, you know, yeah, you know, person A beside me is kind of like, what is he listening to? You know what I mean?
They're trying to find out about the poom poom.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like that. I was like, I wish that she cut the skit down a little bit, but that's just nitpicking. Overall, I thought the music was really good. I like her debut project, and I'm looking forward to her next project. But with that being said, though, to piggyback off of what Spence was saying with the features, I like the features. We did get good quality features, but with the 26-minute album, it's like half of it is Griselda and half of it is Armani. So right. I would like to see more Armani on the next project.
Yeah, same here. Hopefully when we get that next project, which I wouldn't be surprised if it's sooner than later, because the way Griselda drops, that we might get something different. I know, even listening to like some of the verses within itself, though, I was like, oh, like you hearing some of the Conway music, hearing Conway, Benny, and everything like that. With all Griselda projects, I always want to go back and listen to something new, right? Or listen to some older Griselda projects. And I was listening to Conway, and there's a lot of things that are pointed out on the album, from a couple shots that certain artists make on that album. But it was one thing that kind of got me was when he talked about, I guess he actually might be working with Kanye West, which might be cool, just because of one of the songs he said he was on the plane with Kanye when he wrote some of it. So, of course, rappers lie sometimes, but I'm curious to see what comes from that, honestly. So, did you hear about? He's actually got a Christian academy opening up.
Yeah, I've heard there's a few things happening. He has a Christian academy. He has like some type of birth like home that he's trying to do, where people just give birth in like a room together or something like that, like some wild cult like shit.
That's not really wild though.
I mean, I wouldn't be there, you know what I mean, but go for it, you know what I mean, like you and a whole bunch of women can just be, giving birth at the same time.
Yeah, I probably want to experience that too, but I don't want to be the whole like scenario.
Nah, well, I mean, they're gonna go in a room. Well, I don't know. Let me not speak for that. That was just a rumor I heard. It could not be true.
No, I do know that school is true though. Would you send your kids to the Yeezy Christian Academy?
Oh no, they'd be brainwashed.
But they get free Yeezys though.
Oh,
I let them wear the. Oh no.
No, nope, not for me.
Nah.
No.
Not you. Listen, Dr. Umar out here building a school, and Kanye about to make one already.
Checks over stripes.
What is Drake paying you?
Praises them on every other podcast.
Let me find out that's your sponsor, man.
He's the LeBron, bro. He's the LeBron of the rap game.
MJ.
And what y'all think about what he had to say about everybody owning their masters, though?
I rocked with that.
Yeah.
I agree with it. To bring it down to like a level where like everybody can like understand, right? Imagine this podcast that we're working on, Kathleen's podcast that she works on. We put in our hard, blood, sweat, and tears into it. And then let's say that we signed on to a company that, promotes the podcast and advertises it, yada, yada, woo, 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 woo. And then next thing you know, they're like, all right, we're going to give you a percentage of your work, but like we actually own your body of work. And, we have the right to sell your body of work or do whatever with it. But it's your body of work because you're creating the content. But even though we own the rights and stuff. And I feel like that's messed up for artists. You know what I mean?
Right.
But that signed these deals and all that stuff. And a lot of these artists that signed those deals, they're not with people who are educated or informed about like, hey, this is what you're really getting into. You know what I mean? All they see is like the dollar signs. Oh shit, I'm finna sign the fuck up. I'm finna get me the brand new lamb truck. Look, I got diamonds around my neck. I'm getting these tings with the flame to try and get at me. You know what I mean? Like, I agree with Kanye. Kanye all the way.
I mean, I agree with Kanye. I agree that you want to have your masters, but it does come that unfortunately, like, that is part of the business to some extent, right? Like if a company came to us, let's say a podcast network came to us and said, "Hey, we want to sign you guys," and it's only with the based off our followership right now, like we would be able to have our leverage would be limited,
Right?
And in order to say like, hey, like if let's say it was Spotify was to try to sign us, or even or try to sign Kathleen, like we all don't have the leverage as much right now to be like, yo, these are the requirements. This is my demand. So sometimes you recognize it's a look. You're getting money up front, but you're also getting a look. While on the downside to it is, of course, like Lau said, they own majority of everything that you have, which sucks. So I agree with Kanye, but I also understand that it's part of the business. It's getting yourself in a spot where you can really say like, yo, I deserve the right to have my masters, or unless you want to go the Nipsey route or the Master P route where you are willing to just hit the pavement and just hit the pavement until it just something pops. Like,
yeah, it's weird, man. Like, it's one of those things where I look at it and I'm just like, yo, like it's a great effort, because at the same point in time, like we were speaking about earlier, like sometimes you just don't want to give credit to the cook in the kitchen, but it's like the cook is really making the food taste good. It's like, yeah, they might be putting your stuff out there so people can get to it, or making things easier for you, whatever the case is. But it's like, should they necessarily own the rights to your recipes when you are the one who made it work, you know? But I understand it's the deals that you sign and whatever the case is. But at the same point in time, it just seems like, give me a deal that doesn't screw me for the effort that I'm putting in, for my blood, sweat, and tears. Like, because people are writing this about, like, you know, the pain and whatever they've been through. It's like, look, just let me own that.
Yeah, but see, at the same time, if you go cook, right? Let's say you just cooking in your house, and I open up a restaurant. I'm like, yo, I want to have you as a cook, da da da, whatever. You just like a struggling cook. You post your shit on Instagram, and that's it, right? You just cook in your house. Now, if I put you in a restaurant where I'm like, yo, I put all the money behind it, you just come in and cook, and I'll just pay you a salary. That's it. I just pay you a salary. You don't own nothing. That's it. That's how. I mean, I understand it from that standpoint, because granted, you are the talent, but the talent only means so much if there's nothing backing it. If there's no promotion, if there's no getting people in the door. If I don't get people into the door, it doesn't matter if you cook like Gordon Ramsay or not. Like, I need something more than just saying, hey, I'm gonna put up 100,000. I'm gonna pay him 10,000. I'm gonna put up 100, and I'm gonna see what I can get back. I need something more. I need to make sure that I have enough vested into the game that you can't just get up and leave.
That's fair enough. So what do you think the split should be then? Because I'm not going to say you're necessarily wrong, but I mean, do you think that if you're going to make $10 million off this cook, do you think it's right that they only pay the cook $1 million, or even less?
If the cook didn't bring anything else, if only thing the cook,
it's the food that people want, though.
But the people don't. Nobody knows about the food if I don't bring them in the door.
See, that's where I kind of have a problem with this analogy, like, as far as that goes. Because if we're talking about music, food, or anything else, like, sometimes people happen upon, like, shit like that. It's not necessarily all the time, like, but word of mouth is a thing. And people, like let's just say, like, independent artists and whatnot, like, some, and not all, because definitely it's harder than being under a label that's going to put you on. Like, some of these artists, they end up, you know, actually being able to have word of mouth work for them.
Yeah, word of mouth. Don't get me wrong. Word of mouth works at all levels of this. Whether if you're signed and there's still word, because there's going to be word of mouth even when you're signed,
right?
And you're backed by someone, because someone may say, "Oh, you ain't heard such and such," but in the same breath, you say to yourself, even though there may be word of mouth, that may be a slow progression of maybe you get 5 new listeners a month. That's not bad, but if you're signed to, let's say, Atlantic, you're signed to Atlantic as an artist, you may get 1,000 new listeners a month for the next coming year. Now, what you do after that is a lot of your work. So that's how I see that, where it's like, yo, there's nothing you can really do. It's one of them tricky situations where if only thing that you're bringing to the if the only thing that you bring to the table is talent, at some point, at least if I'm putting up money and everything else behind you, I need to own at least 50%.
I don't know, because like I feel like pretty much the way it goes is you promote the talent so the talent gets noticed. Once the talent gets noticed, then people are going for the talent. They're not going for the promotion of the talent because the talent will always be there. You know what I mean? So at a certain point, all right, so if you're going to a restaurant for food and you didn't know about the food before, but we see all of the promotion about the new tacos at Taco Bell. If the tacos aren't shit, you're not going to go back there. But if people really like the tacos, people are going to follow the tacos wherever they are, regardless if they're being promoted on TV, the radio, wherever the case is. You know what I mean? So at a certain point, I think things have to be reworked.
And no, not necessarily, because perfect example. Okay, so you want to use tacos, right? So if you use tacos and you say, hey, I get people into the door. If I'm the person if you sign to me and I get everybody I get everything, only thing that you do is make the taco. I get the people in the door, which takes a lot more work than people recognize, because to get people in the door, a lot of times it takes a lot of being in the face of the consumer multiple times before they decide to go in. And then even after that, it has to be in their mind to say, let's check out reviews. Now, even then, if I take you and I say, you come to my restaurant for tacos. Okay, they might love the tacos and they leave and they come back. All right, well, let's say if I just stop promoting the taco place, right? You might still have people coming in there, but it might not be enough to sustain keeping the place open. But at the same time, you're the talent. You saying people come here for the tacos because once they taste it, they'll always come back. Not necessarily. If I stop marketing and everything else, the business may flop because I'm not putting up everything on the back end outside of the cooking. And that's where
I don't know, man. That's where I feel like that's not necessarily true. You know what I mean? I think it really depends on what it is that people go for. You know what I mean? Because promotion helps regardless.
So what's the percentage? Yes, it does. What's the percentage you think would make sense?
I think if you're coming from my talent and your promotion help people know my talent, then I would say that at a certain point, I'm going to want something like a 70%, like somewhere around there. Like I'm going to want majority of what, because if all you're doing is saying, hey, this exists, then you don't really deserve a lot of the money for what I'm doing, because I can do that without you. The only thing you're doing is saying, hey, it's here. That's it.
But you know how big that is, though.
I hear you. I
you're
understand.
Here.
I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying that if you're not putting in any work, why should you be making the majority of the money, or even close to half?
But I should make at least half of it if you haven't done anything. If only thing that you do, it's like saying, and let's be honest, there's tons of people that we've met along our way that are good rappers, but they just rappers in their backyard. They're great MCs. We even know people that are on the internet that have became during our time frames of being hot rappers and they never blew, right? Clearly, they're not doing enough to get to that point. At the end of the day, like there's tons of rappers that aren't that good that become successful because they sign these deals. That granted, they don't own a lot, but it's also they grabbing people. If I grab you all out your backyard rapping and I say, listen, I'm gonna grab you, you're gonna make the songs, I'm gonna put some money behind you, promote it. You can't sit and tell me, hey, I need 70%. You haven't done anything. You're the talent, but you haven't put any work in. People, a lot of time, far too often, people ask for these Master P deals without doing the Master P work.
I disagree, but go ahead, Lau.
I was going to say, Master P is the benchmark with that, right? He asked for 85 and the record company took 15, but Spence hit it right on the head. The reason why he earned the 85 and deserves 85 because look at the work he put in. You know what I mean? Back like in 98, 99, all that shit. Every other song on the Billboard was somebody from fucking No Limit because they was just working nonstop. You know what I mean? So exactly. I feel like that's just something that it just depends on how hard the talent is working and how much the advertised.
I agree with that.
Promotion is going on. You know what I mean? And and I know if I'm not mistaken, Kathleen, were you chiming in on it at one point too?
Yes, because I was actually thinking about the artists themselves. I feel like there are, I'm sorry to say, like a lot of insecure artists. I don't know if insecure is the right word. And they feel like they have nothing without the support of a company or a record deal, or even if you're a cook, like you'd be nothing if it wasn't for the like backings of a company or whatever it may be. So I feel like a lot of artists that are out there or whatever, people who are talented, think that way. Like, oh, if I know I'm talented, but if it wasn't for them, I would be nothing.
I think that's where it's just the crosshairs of it, where someone says either there's always going to be the argument for the person that puts the money behind someone, and then the talent.
Right.
So I think this is like a debate that'll always just be to the end of time, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Like you said, like I could always argue for the artist, but like Kathleen said, like it becomes something about the artist. But like Lau said, it's about, did you put the work in to get to a point where you can actually say, hey, I want this amount.
Right.
So like it'd be like someone that knows how to work on computers but never did any formal training. Or not, well, someone that plays someone that knows how to change the background on their MySpace, right? And and saying, hey, oh yeah, I'm gonna apply for this job at Microsoft, and I'm gonna tell them I need $150,000, and it's like, watch me work. No, I'm not giving you $150,000. I'll give you $30,000, and you can go do a training program, and you do whatever you can do. Like,
right. I don't know. I guess it's one of those things that, like you said, it's going to be an argument for a while. And, you know, when it comes to people arguing or having problems and whatever, I saw Norbes was having a problem with Smack trying to sue him for $40 million. I'm not sure. Can you explain that a little bit? Because I have no idea what's going
on. So I'm still I still keep keeping up with everything, but he got let go shortly after when they had that first URL event that we watched, Gnome 10, I believe. Shortly before that, Norbes had gotten beaten up by New Jersey Twerk, right?
Sounds like a dude Kathleen might like.
Yeah.
100%.
As long as you can take a nigga smoking, trust me, that's probably, you might love him. But yeah, so he beat Norbes up or whatever, and it was over like this whole weird thing. Eventually, he had to apologize, but shortly after that, they just because there's Norbes, Smack, and Beasley. And Beasley just Smack and Beasley just kind of like cut Norbes out of everything because I guess it was just too much disruption going on and some other shit, I believe. So they ended up telling him, you got to go. And now, because that they're signed to Caffeine for like, I'm not sure the number of the deal, the amount for the deal, because I don't think it's ever been specified. But it's fair to say, I know there's been over $100 million dished into this. So it's fair to say that the money that they're going to be they're receiving, that Smack and Beasley and URL are receiving, along with the battlers, Norbes is just trying to make some money out of this. And I can't really fault him to some extent. He was a business partner of theirs at some point. So it's interesting. Like, it'd be like saying if us three do the podcast and then y'all boot me out the podcast, right?
You're not getting no money. Like, what you mean?
Yeah, okay.
If that happens, it's gonna be like when the Beatles broke up. Don't do that.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna be right there talking about, what about the artist, dog? I need my cut. Where's my 70%? It's like, Nigel, where's my 70%? Be on some Frank Matthews type shit. But
we'll keep an eye on it though, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. The situation.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of crazy, but I'm interested to see how that all plays out. I know outside of just his situation though, when it comes to like not athletes, but just these big money things. Unlike suing someone, Stylebender actually he just signed with Puma.
Shouts out to Israel Adesanya, man. Like it's a pretty big deal.
I was just gonna say, shouts out to Israel Adesanya, not Adesanya, but Adesanya. You gotta put
Dick
that.
riding.
Yeah. Wow, we're dick riding because I'm actually pronouncing his name and he trying to Americanize it.
Everybody pronounces his name the way I do. Like you're the only person I've ever heard go out of the way and be Adesanya. Like okay, like
I mean, Bilal's from Africa though.
Oh yeah, that's true. I forgot.
Yeah, man. What the fuck? I don't talk shit about you when he be eating chitlins, motherfuckers.
People like chitlins. I'm not the only one.
Good.
They are.
If you could pass up your chitlin money, would you sacrifice your chitlin money for the year, Nigel? Can you sacrifice your chitlin money for the year to build a school for FDMG?
I'm not sacrificing my chitlin money or my grits money. So none of it.
Yo, you realize how he went from 20 million to 19 million to saying y'all spend $11 million in Quaker Oats now?
Man, look, Dr. Umar, I hope he gets the money for his school. Shouts out to Dr. Umar.
Hey, yo, quick question. Hey, yo, I know we were talking about Stylebender signing a Puma, but question, Kathleen, have you ever heard of Dr. Umar Johnson?
I didn't. Fill me in. I'm just listening.
Oh, fill her in.
All right, so long story short, he's an activist, right? How can I put this?
You got it.
Some would deem him to be a scammer.
That's your kind of guy.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. That's why.
Yo, we could match you with you could be the first lady of FDMG.
Not only that, he lives in Wilmington. He's not too far away.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Guys, hook me up.
See?
Yeah. Activist, Dr. Umar, we got someone for you. We got a candidate. We got one, and he wants 2 wives though. Can you live with that?
I'm not a side-ish. Though.
But you're not a side chick. You're gonna be his second. You're gonna be his first wife. It's a difference.
I mean, you know what? When it comes to that, there's a lot of love to like spread around when it comes to that kind of stuff.
75 tippy vibes. I like that.
We were about to move on and talk about LeBron's son. LeBron's son, smoking on a Nuggets pack.
Oh yeah, smoking that pack. Did you see that? LeBron's son apparently. There's a couple things that happened. His son's been in social media a lot for the past week, for the most part. But the thing that is alarming is the fact that the night the Lakers were supposed to play the Nuggets in Game 1, his son, who is Bronny Jr., who's expected to probably be like a possible draft pick in the NBA eventually, right? He's caught outside smoking fucking a blunt, talking about smoking a Denver Nuggets pack. How you feel about that? How would you feel about that if you saw, like, if you were like, let's put on the imaginary lens of being a mom and you randomly see your son doing some shit like that,
smoking online? How would that make you feel? Would you care?
And at his father, pretty much.
Dang,
he pretty much.
Yeah, he did.
Yes and no.
So hold on, what you would care and you would not care? Explain why.
Because I
Let
feel
us into
like
your
I
mind.
know. Wait, what?
Let us into your mind.
Sounds creepy.
Yes and no. I know kids, you know,
yeah.
they just be wild. But like no, because like what kind of like effery is that?
Okay. I understand that thought process of it.
So it's like I'm gonna be battling those two feelings.
Yeah, it's one of those weird things. I don't even know how I would react, but I mean, what if your son is like, "Yo, mom, you want to hit this?"
You gonna smoke with him?
There's so many parents I know that smoke with their kids, though.
Yeah, true. I mean, it's to each his own. Long as LeBron is not like, imagine LeBron just telling him like, "Yo, man, what I tell you, don't put this shit on social media." What if that's his only complaint?
He's like, "Look, I understand you had to smoke the pack, son, but just don't put it online." I was smoking a pack too.
Yeah. Shout out to LeBron, man.
I'm having flashbacks. No, I'm not even go there. I'm not gonna even go there.
Nah, you're good.
Okay.
Well, y'all want to move on and talk about what happened last night with Colby?
Boy, oh boy. So.
Oh, you've been waiting for this.
Go ahead, Lau.
Yeah, so last night, Colby Covington, he put Tyron Woodley over his knee and spanked him on his ass, right? He spanked his ass to the point where, you know, Tyron's ribs are fucking broken. And at first I thought Tyron was like just trying to quit, but he actually has real life broken ribs. So that's not the problem. It is what it is. I kind of figured Kobe was going to beat Tyron. I think the post-fight stuff is what kind of riled people up on Twitter and Instagram. So he goes on, they're interviewing him about the fight. And before he could really say something, the president gives him a call live on ESPN.
All this shit. Go ahead.
The president is like, hey, look, I just got done from a rally of 30,000 plus people. And I told, you know, Secret Service, I got to rush home. I got to watch Kobe fight. And oh my God, Kobe, you made it look so easy. You know, that was a incredible performance. I'm a fan of you, Kobe. And then Kobe was like, oh, thank you, Mr. President. I'm a fan of you. You know, and they're kind of like, you know, patting each other on the back, you know, simply put, for like 6 minutes, 7 minutes straight. And after that, he gets in a shouting match with Kamaru Usman. He was like, oh, are you jealous because the chief of Nigeria didn't send you signal smoke and shit like that?
Hold on, he said that?
Yeah.
You being having close ties to the motherland, how do you feel about that, Lau?
I look at it like, you know, I'm not upset if somebody spins the block on them. You know what I mean? I'm not.
Energy. There we go.
Yeah, but at the same time, I'm not. You know, it is a strike because the way I see it is like he knows what he's doing. I don't know if that's how he really is out when the cameras are like really cut off or whatever like that, but. You know, the character he's playing is very controversial and very dangerous. You know what I mean? He's basically, he's saying everything but the N-word at this point when he's referring to black people. He also called LeBron James a spineless coward. He's all the woke athletes and celebrities. They're spineless cowards. They're a joke. His fight was dedicated to all the law enforcement. If it wasn't for law enforcement, it'd be like the Wild Wild West. All the criminals be uprising. Like, you know, and of course he got the red hat. The motherfucker, he's causing a reaction, and it's either of course you're like, hey, you're Trump 2020, or you're kind of like, hey, no, fuck this guy, and that's the division amongst, you know, fans right now with him that he's causing.
That shit is crazy, man. For one, he should know not to talk to. He should have learned his lesson on talking to Kamaru Usman like that. Last time they fought, Kamaru Usman broke his jaw.
Yeah.
So that's first and foremost. I mean,
according to him, he didn't.
Yeah, okay.
He broke him in the last fight.
But also,
okay.
According to him, that he also slipped on a banana peel, and you know.
Yeah, and that's what happened to his jaw, man. He was chewing a banana peel the whole time. So his face was fucked up afterwards. But now,
I was going to ask Kathleen, do you watch anything related to UFC or know anything? Do you know?
The only thing I know is what you guys talk about. But as far as your combo just now, like there's a lot of smack. Like people be talking mad smack, like back and forth. This banana peel thing. Come on now.
Yeah, are you familiar with Ric Flair?
I thought that's a rapper, right? Or is he UFC?
Nah, he's an old wrestler.
Wow, almost jumped out of his skin.
You don't know who Ric Flair is? You don't know?
Oh my gosh, because I heard him on like songs.
Yeah, Offset talked about him a few times.
Yeah, that's my dude.
Yeah. Don't say that around Cardi, man. What'd you say, Lau?
No, I said it's that flame, you know? That might be the name of this episode, Flame or Crackhead Energy.
I think Crackhead Energy is probably the name of the episode. Crackhead Energy is, you can't get away from that.
It's slap.
That shit is funny. Crackhead Energy. Nah, that shit is, I ain't gonna hold you though. The only crazy part to me, well, one of the crazy parts to me was like, that when he got the call, it just sounds very Ric Flairish. Yeah, I just was outside 30,000, woo! And I just had to get back just to see you beat somebody up. It's like, but you also gotta realize he also was in wrestling. He actually was on WWF back in the day. So like,
go back.
Yeah, the president was like, so like, he knows how to play it. He knows how to sell it, of course. But I mean, it sounds like a bunch of headache. I was upset about Tyron losing, but I think it goes back to my statement I said a few episodes ago, probably about maybe 10 episodes ago. I think Woodley needs to retire. There's nothing left. There's nothing left for him at all. And fighting, there's nothing left. He has nothing to prove. He can probably go work on his music career if he would like, or his announcement career.
Beep, beep. You didn't hear that? That's that song.
That shit is trash. He had to take. I think he actually took the music down. But
yo, I've looked for that song several times. You cannot find that video. He has wiped it from the internet. It's gone.
I'm gonna have to find it on Twitter.
Yo, it has to be somewhere.
It's somewhere, but yeah. Nonetheless, though, it was crazy though. But I think someone like Colby Covington, he thrives in like that type of controversy though. Like someone that's just like, you know what I mean? Like someone that just likes to keep the pot stirred, always talking shit some way, somehow, figuring out how to piss somebody off, like the prince of pissing people off or whatever the shit may be. So it's
He doesn't
of course not. Like he's like he takes on like this whole like I don't like Lau was saying earlier, I don't think it's real, but he takes on this persona of like the Make America Great Again persona, right? Or whatever. And like he says everything that correlates to that belief structure, right?
Yeah.
And he knows how within that narration, he knows how to throw people off and piss people off, to say the least.
Here's my thing, right? Like, so my thing is this. The really messed up part about it all is that Colby Covington can actually fight. Like, he's not bad. Like, he's actually pretty good. The thing is that, like, just his character is just so divisive. Like, it's like, I hate hearing him talk, but, like, if he just shut up, and I guess that's kind of like the thing. He thought he was going to get kicked out of the UFC. That's why he started all this nonsense. But if he were just a fighter, like, what this is, like, pure skill, honestly, I wouldn't have much bad to say about him. But, like, he, like, really goes hard on his character. It's like, yo, like, I don't want to hear it. It's promoting something that is getting people hurt, you know, all like just it's promoting something that is promoting hate, like just all bad things, you know. I can't support that, but I'd be lying if I said that he wasn't in there doing his thing. Me and Lyle spoke about the fight before it was even made. We knew Tyron was probably going to lose, and he did. Yeah. So it's one of those things where it's like, it's not surprising because Colby Covington's skilled, and he probably is going to get another title shot because I don't see him really losing to many people, if I'm being honest. Like, maybe Jorge, you know what I mean? If they put him up against Nate, maybe Nate, you know what I mean?
What about...
Say what?
Well, I was going to say, because like with everything that you're saying about him, right, it reminds me of the conversation Lau was had maybe about 2 weeks ago about Leon Edwards, right? And about how like someone like Leon Edwards, he's like the person that everybody's ducking to some extent. Granted, he had the situation with COVID-19 because he was out of Brazil at the time. He couldn't leave out the country or wherever he was at. But you like look at someone like him, right? He's someone that gets avoided to some extent. If he had that same persona as Kobe, he'd probably be fighting Usman by now.
Maybe.
And all totality, like more likely he would. It's a maybe, but I wouldn't be surprised if he had fought him already. So right. I think that's the main reason why Kobe uses it. I don't agree with it just like you, because it's very divisive. But at the same time, you do realize like, yo, he knows. He learned from Conor. He knows how to sell a fight. He learns from Conor and Ric Flair. I know how to sell a fight, and I'm gonna piss somebody off.
Right. It's just, I don't know. It's just kind of nonsense, but at the same point in time, it is what it is. You know, we'll see how it goes. Hopefully he gets his ass beat soon enough, and so he can stop all this nonsense. He won't.
Hey, Kathleen. Mm-hmm. Did you ever watch wrestling as a kid?
A little bit. I watched WWE, but with Kobe acting very divisive. Why do you think he does that? Because I noticed that a lot.
You know who Conor McGregor is?
Yeah, the Irish UFC fighter.
All right, so you know his personality, right?
I don't know his personality, but I heard of him.
You've seen him online, all that other stuff, whatnot, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen him fight?
A little bit.
So here's the thing, right? Like when somebody has a big personality, sometimes that will be more noticed than they're fighting. And it helps when you're a fighter if you have a big personality and you can fight, because then you're very easy to promote. That's really what it boils down to at the end of the day.
Dang, because I kind of experienced that. Sorry to plug, but I was on a show, right?
Okay.
And in the beginning of the show, not my segment, but one of the guys, he was just talking that smack, like, oh, all y'all are trash, blah, 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 back and forth, and everybody's talking smack. But they're on a dating show. But he was the first one eliminated. But I was all like, why did he have to do all that? Like, why couldn't he just be chill?
You just got to make yourself make yourself look better than the competition, even if you're not.
Yeah.
It's to, I look at it as like to help, sell tickets, help buy eyes. You know what I mean?
It's not authentic. I can't with it.
And that's fair for you to say, and there's nothing wrong with if that's how you feel or other people feel, but that's why people do that stuff. They're trying to get attention. They're trying to get people like, hey, if you're booing for me or cheering for me, as long as you're watching, that's what matters. And that's why they do stuff like that. But if you don't mess with it, because, it's not a surprise. There's, plenty of people that don't like shit like that neither if it's not authentic. And that's fair. But that's just why some people try to manufacture that shit just to get people to buy in.
A woman who I was speaking to described it as small dick energy. Can you agree to that?
Ooh.
Is that? Hey, that's what she called it.
Right? Overcompensate.
Exactly. There you go. So you do agree with it.
I could see that.
See?
I usually say that with like short dudes, but not like as far as their dick. Like
That's
I was
enough.
thought about it.
It's fair enough. I respect it. That's the way it was described to me.
Naja was like, let's get off of this subject. You said what, Kathleen?
I thought it was a Napoleon complex. Like, I'm so short, so I got to overcompensate.
Right.
Probably so. I mean, if we all be honest, like none of these guys, most of these guys that fight, and probably Kobe also. Kobe might be 6 foot, but like most of these guys, most of your big fighters are typically like the smaller guys. Like smaller, like they probably weigh less than 160 pounds, and they probably no taller than 5'9". So no offense to any of you guys out there, but you know what I'm saying, if you short, you short. So yeah, like that's where most of that, I think it does have something to do with like a Napoleon complex, but it's something about that. It's weird. It's funny to me though.
Yeah.
It's funny. That shit is just entertainment. That's all.
If you saw Michael Chandler got signed to the UFC, he's probably going to end up fighting for a title at some point in time, or at least contendership. Top contender over in Bellator. So that's going to be kind of interesting to see. Do y'all have any thoughts on who he might fight first?
I thought, didn't they say they're thinking of having Masvidal?
Tony.
Oh, Tony Ferguson. Yeah. I'd be willing to see that.
I mean, if it happens, it happens. Because I hear there's a drama behind the scene with that, like far as money goes or whatever. So.
Right. Well, Lau, do you have any updates on this PS5 situation?
Yo. I'm very happy because I was able to get a pre-order, right? So let's rewind back all the way to Wednesday. So Wednesday they did a little showcase, showing off the PlayStation, blah, 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 to let people know, hey, it's $500 for the normal version, and for all digital version, it's $300. And it's coming out November 12th. Boom. Right? Then on Twitter, they put out, hey, pre-orders are going to come out tomorrow, which is Thursday. The next, Walmart, they're like, hey, why wait for pre-orders when you could get it now? And then boom.
What?
Yeah. And then the whole debacle happened, right? So you got mad people refreshing pages, Walmart website, Best Buy website, and Target website crashed. And people trying to buy these pre-orders and shit like that. And motherfuckers getting upset. They're like, hey, look, why did you announce it like this? Now I can't get some. Then you also got the people who got bots that's buying like 3 or 4 fucking PlayStations, and you go to eBay right now, they're reselling it for like $3,000. I've seen one for $25,000. So it's really crazy right now. And even though the PlayStation is the highlight materialistical object right now, but how do you guys feel about like items and people using bots to scalp items and then resell it for like 100 times more than what it should cost?
The game is the game.
Kathleen, I'm gonna let you speak on it real quick.
Yeah,
it's funny. So it just reminds me of like when the iPhone comes out. Like everybody goes crazy. Everybody's wait. Like I wonder if people would wait in line, like for the PS5.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah. It's big crackhead energy for the PS5.
I live for it. But I also, how do you feel about like when dudes are like, yeah, I gotta be nice to my chick because I'm gonna get her to get me a PS5.
No, also it's funny that you bring that up because that is a thing.
It's a thing.
It is.
So
seeing memes and all sorts of shit.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question, Kathleen. Like, what would it take for you to buy a man a PS5 since you like to hold it down for your man?
Right, because I was just thinking about that. Like, but what would it do? What would he has to do? I feel like he has to do something for me though. Like, not even like sexually. No, I'm not trying to go there. But like, he has to. He has to like step up. Like, he has to be my. I don't want to say it, like. He has to be submissive to me a little bit, like let me control like a little bit of the situation, and then like we'll see, we'll go from there.
Yeah, dude just came home from jail. You making him your bitch already, man?
I think a little bit's fun. Like, why not?
Hey. You know, like it is what it is. Crackhead energy is high. You know what I mean? Like
super high.
The PS5s are coming out. I'm trying to get one. I still haven't got my pre-order yet. But
do what Kathleen said.
I'm not saying to anybody. I'm sorry. I don't need a PS5 that bad.
Listen, man. Just hug your girl. Make your girl dinner like twice.
Something like that, yeah. It's the dinner for me. How got me on that? I was so obsessed. I was watching that for like 30 minutes. Like,
yeah.
Oh shit!
Get my nails done for me, like yo.
It's the no job, but want a PS5 for me, man.
Yeah. But nah, that's what's up though. Are y'all ready to kind of close it out?
Yeah. Let's wrap this joint up then.
Yep, for sure. Kathleen, go ahead and plug your podcast in. Let everybody know where to where to come fuck with you, and for everybody to come watch your stuff, listen to your stuff, and also have everybody tune in.
Yo, y'all tune in to the Soklene Podcast every Saturday. I talk about all things pop culture, life. I've been talking about relationships a lot. So, yes, bringing the heat. And you could follow me on the gram. That's like my obsession. Soklene_podcast. And my personal _clean, y'all.
And let them know, is it clean with the K or clean with the C?
Ooh, okay, it's KLENE.
Okay. Sounds good.
No bloods. Just don't put no B's in front of that. That's
y'all got anything to say?
Everybody take it easy, be safe. Listen to music, drink your water. Lots of water. Have high crackhead energy all week too, if you can.
Yes.
Hey, quick question before we head out of here, because you say you've been talking about relationships a lot. You got any dating advice for any of our listeners?
I got this from Nigel. So when it comes to love, don't resist it.
Okay, Nigel.
Yes.
You know, you gotta drop gems sometimes, man. You know, like
hold on.
You know?
Say that again, Lau.
Man, it's the bad advice for me, right?
Wow.
Okay.
How are you gonna say that that's bad advice and you're the one in a relationship right now?
Check this shit out. Check this shit out, right? And this is an old story, something for the fans.
Oh my God. I already know what he's about to say. So let me make it.
Nah, fuck that. Go ahead,
because Lau likes to.
Lau, go ahead.
So here's what happens.
Let Lau say it. Let Lau give the story.
I can't hear Lau right now, so I don't know what he's saying. I don't know.
Fiction.
Yo.
Yeah.
Let me just tell the story, and then Nigel, you can lie about it later. So here's the thing.
About it. All right.
Way back, probably like a decade ago, little less. Me and Nigel, we knew this lady, and I'm gonna call her Lady C, Miss C, right? Nigel knows the first of her name, right? So Miss
That's real mysterious. I wonder who it could be.
So Miss C,
Jesus, man.
So Miss C, right? We all graduated from the same high school. Nigel and his cousin, they were like, oh,
mind you, this is 10 years ago,
bro.
So,
stop. Yeah. Let me talk the gospel. Let me preach the gospel now. All right,
go ahead.
Yeah, Deacon Big Cozy right now, right? So
Deacon Cozy.
Yes. So anyway, Nigel and his cousin was like, yo, Lau, you gotta get with her. Big Cozy, you gotta get with her. She feeling you. She
There's
like
no
you.
way in hell I'm calling you Big Cozy. Like, no way.
That's how you know when someone's fucking lying.
Exactly.
Bro.
Continue. Go ahead.
Yo, you gotta get with her. She really feeling you. Da, da, da. And I told her, I was like, yo, chill. I'm not feeling her. She's just not for me. Let the young lady, fall in love with another gentleman. But the young lady, she's not for me. She's not, she don't got my type of energy. And then years later, Nigel, we sitting there, we just kicking it, talking business. And he's like, hold up, let me intercept real quick. Yo, you were right about that 10 years ago. And I'm like, I know I was.
Just in the middle of a conversation about something else. I was like, hey, hold on, wait.
On my podcast.
So part of that story is true. 10 years ago, my thinking is different. I've matured now. If you want to get some relationship advice from me, like I'm open. 10 years ago, maybe you probably shouldn't have.
Nigel would have had you smashing behind a dumpster 10 years ago, man.
Nope, but I'll tell you what, you've been highly advised. Everybody have a good weekend.
Whoa. Let make sure you guys follow the Highly Advised Podcast on Instagram. Make sure you follow the Highly Advised Podcast on Twitter. Make sure that you follow the Highly Advised Podcast on YouTube. Yep. Make sure that you comment, subscribe, like, and also follow the Soklene Podcast, right? Soklene. Make sure you follow that shit. Make sure you follow Nigel. Relax it, Jackson.
Yep.
No
G.
No G, because he ain't no motherfucking G, but that's okay. Make sure you follow Pablo Picasso Spence, say Doc Hitch. You know what I mean? Make sure you follow him. Make sure you follow So Clean with a K, not no C. And make sure that you follow, the main event. Mr. 10 bricks a week. Big Cozy, too cozy.
Y'all been highly advised. We'll see y'all next week.